Hi, Jim Holley, supercrossonline.com. This is the mechanic of Jason Lawrence ride. Corey Shea. Corey, it's going to be a mud race here. A lot of things, you've made a lot of changes on this motorcycle.
The main protection you want is to keep any water, mud away from the air filter at all possible. So anything to keep the bike running cooler, not letting any mud into any like pivotal points, such as like the chain guard area, the rear brakes, just anything to keep everything going smoothly as possible without getting mud and rocks and all that sort of thing in there.
Some of those things Corey's talking about, the radiators here, you don't want to get the mud in here. They put a nylon screen in here so the mud won't pack in there, so it comes off so the air will flow. Went back here to the rear brake and the foot peg, put a lot of foam in there so the mud doesn't pack into there. Also around the reservoir, the rear shock nylon there, so it helps keep that cool. A lot of grip tape on the airbox so the guys can get a hold of the motorcycles. And the most, you got to have rear brakes, but this is a special disc back here, no holes in it, because they want to have maximum braking there and they don't want to have mud pack into the holes and things like that. What about the seat? I noticed he's got the gripper seat, but do you change anything on the seat?
Well, sometimes you can, like extreme cases, you can run a hump, but in our case, the riders feel it works just as good having these 3 ribs back here. For Supercross, I think it's like 20 inches, but then for outdoors, we change it to 25 so they can get back further on the seat. It's just simple things like that. You can stiffen up the rear forks a little bit because you're going to be probably possibly 20 to 30 pounds heavier. You said about the pantyhose on the rear shock, but it's also on the body, but also on the bottom, so that when mud is, the rear shock's compacting, it doesn't get in the bumper, which could possibly blow out the seal of the rear shock also.
Do you cringe when the bike comes back after the first practices and completely mudded? I mean, this machine, I've been to the Yamaha Troy, the shop, and I mean, there's about 40 hours that goes into building one of these things, and it looks beautiful now, but after that first practice is over, it's a mud bath.
Yeah, it's not the best part of the day. You look at it, it's like, oh, it looks so good, the pictures, and then they bring it back and it's just destroyed. But ultimately, I guess I'd be the most disappointed if he went out and did bad. Then you're really like just bummed because you got to do all the work and you had a bad result. But Jason's like the best mud rider that I've ever been with, so usually when it's muddy, I'm always smiling afterwards.
Well, you heard it from Corey. He's smiling. Hopefully Jason Lawrence can come away with his first Supercross win of his career here in San Francisco.